morning, everyone. My name is Nurul from Indonesia.
I'm Gurdam from Pakistan.
I'm Dukam from Canada.
I'm Kumasa from Japan. I'm Michael from Australia.
Shadia from Pakistan.
So, from survival of life on Earth, a sustainable environment is required. With the increasing demand of energy resource, we have managed to create a lot of resources, but unfortunately, some are not eco-friendly, like oil burning and causing issues like air pollution and global warming. And others are very expensive, like solar, and some are not sustainable everywhere, like hydropower. So, here's the solution. A self-sustainable, cheaper, change energy system, Ecosys.
Alright, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the system and the problems that we want to solve and some of the solutions that we came up with. Okay, so our system is a three-part system. It consists of an agricultural system. It also generates electricity and biogases. And our system, essentially, the products of one system will be able to be used in each of the other systems so that the system sustains itself once it gets going. Okay? So some of the problems that our society faces are there's a lack of sustainable energy sources. We also face heavy pollution issues, and also there is the impending issue of climate change. So the question is, how does our product solve these issues? So, in regards to sustainable energy, as I mentioned, the system will generate its own products once it starts going, and then those products can be used in each of the systems to allow the system to sustain itself. So, for example, the agricultural system, it will be able to generate bio-waste, which can then be used in an electrical system to produce electricity. So the seamless integration of the energy systems will allow us to produce a sustainable mode of energy. In regards to air and land pollution, we will introduce the agricultural system, and what we want for our vision for this is that we want to extensively plant trees in our agricultural system so that it'll help to cleanse the air. And also in regards to land pollution, we want to use garbage to produce biogases, and it will give people an incentive to dispose of their waste more properly rather than, say, to just litter or leave it elsewhere. Okay. And in regards to climate change, our system is based on a carbon neutral system. So what it will use a certain amount of carbon dioxide, for example, and what comes in will also come out. So there will be no net contribution to climate change. So just very briefly, our beachhead market, so this is a very large form of technology. So we're looking at targeting urban planners in developed countries, and so specifically we want to target the government in developed countries where some of these issues are more pressing and we are more environmentally conscious. So yeah, now I'll pass it on to Warda to explain our system.
So the question is how it's gonna work. So I'm gonna explain that to you. Actually, what are we gonna use is the waste garbage. The waste garbage, especially containing the bio-waste products like leaves, fruit peelings, and other things. And what are we gonna do? We are gonna do that, put them all in some containers, and then we are gonna let them decompose. And when this waste decomposes, it produces some electrolytes and solutions. Like for example, by decomposition, there are hydrogen ions and the free electrons are produced. So we will insert the anodes and cathodes, which will allow the flow of the electricity. Okay, and the second thing which is produced is the methane gas, which can be used as combustible gas directly for the stove or for the production of the electricity. But the most important factor in our system is the production of the fertilizer. The remains of that, the whole waste would be used as fertilizer. We will allow it to dry, and then it will be converted into the fertilizer, and the fertilizer then can be used for the agriculture system. So in this way, it would be a cycle from agriculture system, a lot of biowaste would be produced, and that biowaste would be used for the production of electricity and biogas and the fertilizer. And this fertilizer will again be used for the agriculture system. So in this way, it's a self-sustaining energy system. And how it can be used? It can be used, for the individual houses, like farmhouses, where the people have a lot of bio-waste. They can use it for their houses, and it also can be used for in urban planning before that, so that the wastage of the whole community would be utilized to produce these products. So how it's gonna help us? It's gonna help us for example, in the areas where all of such energy sources are not available. For example, solar is also eco-friendly, but it's not available everywhere. So like the tidal power and the other things. So in this way, it will be like self-sustaining energy system. That's how it's going.
About the cost structure, obviously we already didn't have we already had done practical on it, and we were able to generate few amount of electricity that was enough to glow some of the LEDs. Now to make it on a larger scale, to generate more electricity, we would require a land on which we would need R&D workplace, we would need labs, we would need equipment. So to make it perform, to make it sound like it would work on the bigger scale. So in the first, we need investment in acquiring the land, and then the workplace and the human capital. The human capital includes all the engineers that we hire, and about the laboratories and equipment. And then the revenue stream, obviously, when we are able to generate the product, when we have the final product, if we just launch it in the market, our revenue will start generating, and we will product a license. And we will license our product in such a way that our license will have all the terms and can reach an agreement, according to which we give free maintenance and free technical staff. We're going to provide it free, but for the installation of the plant and for the per unit consumption of gas, per unit consumption of electricity, we're going to charge the people who are going to use it.
For the value proposition part, firstly, it's about a lot of other eco-friendly buildings. They mainly use solar panel to provide electricity, but for our building, we'll generate a lot of energy, such as use the garbage to generate gas and use solar panel to generate electricity. And the second one is about environmental consciousness. Like they have mentioned, our building, this ecosystem can be applied to very general building, and especially some residence buildings. So in that way, we focus on each people, focus on each family, and focus on the whole city. So the third one is about our system is very self-sustainable. It has its own self-sustainable structures, and they can use in that way they can reduce the air and both air and land pollution in the city.
Okay. According to our market research, the main difference is maintenance. We provide technology plus maintenance, but our competitors provide technology plus its construction of infrastructure. By focusing on this system, we can provide more efficient product. And one more thing is other competitors tend to have 4 features: solar panels, wind turbines, water treatment, and LED lightnings. These are really efficient features itself, but by integrating each other, we can provide more sufficient, more eco-friendly product for our customers.
Thank you very much.
I guess this is not the first that people have been trying to address this self-sustaining energy sources. So what's the cost that you think your electricity will be to make it a worthwhile investment for break-even in a short period of time? I mean, break-even for solar panels about 30 years, right? So what's a whole ecosystem like this for waste or biogas, right, that you think you guys can achieve that's cheaper than taking non-green energy sources?